Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a family game night video. I'm trying to outline some of the character classes that people don't generally enjoy playing, or maybe they don't really know how to play it or how it's supposed to be played or whatever. And this one I'm titling Mr. Ranger. That's my best boo-boo impersonation, I'm sorry. But we've been calling Rangers that for years, and somebody will show up. I'm running a Ranger. Oh, look, it's Mr. Ranger. Yogi and Boo Boo. Okay. I used to hang out with this guy named Boo Boo, and he had a friend named Yogi, so, yeah. Anyway, his nickname. Anyway, alright, so in Dungeons and Dragons, there is a subclass of fighter called a Ranger. And many people discount them as basically wimpy fighters, because they only have a D8 for hit points instead of a D10, and blah, 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 blah. And that is completely false. That's nothing of the sort. They do have a D8 for hit points, but instead of having a D8 at the beginning, normal fighters start out with a D10 for hit points. Many dungeon masters allow you to start out at maximum hit points, so a D10 would be you start out with 10 plus whatever constitution adjustments you have for hit points. Hit points are life points. When you hit 0, you're unconscious. In the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, the Rangers start out with 2 8-sided dice. So if you start out at maximum, Rangers start out with 16 hit points. That doesn't sound too bad, does it? There's a lot of other perks that go along with being a Ranger as well. They're limited on what kind of armor they wear and what kind of weapons they're allowed to use and what they're allowed to have as far as treasure and holdings and wealth and things like that. However, they have a lot of other nice bonuses that go along with it. Like I said, they have 2 hit dice at first level as opposed to 1. And Rangers have tracking abilities, which are very useful in a wilderness setting. If you're chasing somebody, if somebody steals something and they're trying to get away and you're trying to chase them down, if you're going through the wilderness and you see a bunch of tracks on the ground, the Ranger can tell you what went through there, how long ago, how many there were, blah, 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 blah. They're really good at tracking. At 8th level, Rangers get druidic spells. So they can, I did a video called Ultimate Survivors about druids, and because they can survive well in the outdoors because nature works with them instead of against them. Rangers are very, very similar. They're kind of like the mountain men. They're not as good as druids in that respect, but they're pretty good. They're no slouches. Also, at 9th level, Rangers get to use magic user spells. They're a very limited spell casting capability, but it's there, and they can be very powerful. They also gain combat bonuses versus giant class creatures. And not all creatures have to be giants in order to fit into this class, because they've got a list. And guess what falls in that list? Ogres, orcs, trolls, giants, bugbears, ettins. I mean, it's a big list, and they get combat bonuses versus these. So, Rangers are the preeminent hunters in the game. In a wilderness setting, Rangers can provide food when the rations run low. I've mentioned this in a number of other videos. In wilderness settings, people forget to buy food, or they don't buy enough, or they get stuck out in the middle of nowhere and don't realize that they don't have the food that they need. Well, you got a Ranger with a bow, you're going to eat, because he can find something to eat. Unless it's something very, very, something very specific, like when the druid, go watch my video, the Mr. Ed video. You'll find it. That one was hilarious. Ranger just couldn't find anything to hunt. It was ridiculous. Normal situation, Rangers are really good at hunting. That was a very abnormal situation. And Rangers, again, do have some limitations regarding possessions, and they have also alignment restrictions. They're only allowed to be certain alignments. But it's nothing you can't get past. On Wilderness Adventures, Rangers are indispensable. They are really, really great. They're good in fighting situations as well, because they have good hit points. They fight like fighters. A lot of people overlook or discount Rangers as being Ranger, give me a fighter, a barbarian. Blah, blah. Rangers have some nice abilities, and nobody can dispute that. So, next time you're on a wilderness adventure, and somebody says, what do you want to run? We've already got this and this and that, and we've already got a druid, so what do you want to run? It's Mr. Ranger. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.